North Mason High School was built for 400 kids. We have over 800 high schoolers now, and you can add portables, you can add all kinds of things to a school, but if you don't increase your gymnasium space, what are you going to do with PE and fitness and all the activities and athletics? We're very proud, and we want all the kids to participate in all of our activities and athletics, and it is really difficult to even schedule practices.
During softball, I play in the spring, and there's not enough room for us to put all of our stuff, so we have to put our nets and our pitching machines and our tees down in the locker room, in the showers.
The hallways are undersized to handle the traffic that goes on through there. The cafeteria, if you think it's tough here to try to get lunch, go to North Mason High School.
We've got overcrowding in these buildings. You can't do a good job of education in facilities that are simply not up to the task.
We have too few science classrooms, and the State Board of Education is increasing the number of science classes that kids have to take in order to graduate, and we don't have the rooms to do it.
We've just overgrown and outgrown our school, basically.
And if they realize that we no longer have the integrity about who is coming in that building and who is going out, that we don't have the monitoring facilities we need.
All of our facilities are pre-Columbine, pre-Springfield. Too many people can get in our buildings without being noticed from too many doors.
One of the biggest, most critical issues that your district has to handle is the lack of power capacity, electrical capacity that you have in your existing buildings, especially the Hawkins Middle School, but also at the high school level.
They kick the cord, they don't mean to, but then of course the electricity goes down and we get to start over.
So crashing is common.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then with these cores across the thing here, you can have human crashing.
Oh yeah. You betcha.
Crashing too.
You
yeah,
bet.
there's like 4 in a row right there.
Yeah.
Hawkins Middle School is very short of the kind of capacity that you need for success in keeping up with technological changes.
If I need to replace a mouse, I almost have to cut the cord because I can't get it out of there.
Many of your facilities are aging or old, and many of the systems at Hawkins Middle School and also the high school in reality are what we call beyond their useful life.
Code deficiencies and outlived systems. We don't have a single system, whether it's a heating system, the pumps that are down in our wells, and most of our schools in this district all the water comes from our wells, our septic systems. None of them are within the expected lifetime. When I'm describing this, it's really important that I want to impress upon people that our buildings are in sad shape. They haven't had the attention they need in a significant way, but it's not for lack of great effort on the part of our custodial and maintenance staff. They are doing a fabulous job keeping the problems from really disrupting the educational process. But it is just going from one little problem to another problem to another problem to try to avoid the major crisis that we have. And we need a bond to be able to really get our buildings back up to shape.
Today's schools, quite honestly, are being built better than the schools of 30, 40, 50 years ago. Today's schools in Washington State, most districts are trying very hard to build what we call a 50-year building, with the idea that you get a shot at capital funds and you kind of get one shot to do it right. And if you can do it right, the paybacks are just amazing over the years, both in terms of lowering operating costs, your electrical bill, which always takes a chunk out of the annual operating budget, those sorts of things, but also in terms of the quality of the instructional space.
Our schools today are preparing our children for a world we never saw. This is expensive, it costs money. This bond is a bargain, and it will give our teachers the tools they need to do right by our children.
The longer we delay doing this, and I know economic times are kind of tough right now and uncertain right now, but we've structured this so that payments won't start until 2010, and it's taking care of all of our problems for the foreseeable future at a really good tax rate, and If we delay it, it just gets more expensive.
We're at a time that it looks like we're going into a little bit of a slower period where we can get contract labor for reasonable costs. It hasn't been that way for the last few years, and we can take advantage of this opportunity. We're also at a time right now where we're getting significant funding from the state.
Hi, my name is Tim Wing. I grew up in this community. I graduated from North Mason High School, and I have worked for Reed Real Estate now for the last 14 years. I'm a firm believer in good schools, that good schools make a good community. A full 75% of the students who are in our school system right now are going to remain in our community for the rest of their lives. They're going to become our neighbors. They're going to be the people that we depend on as we get older and become senior citizens. And those very students need to be well equipped to get good jobs, to raise good families, and to be good neighbors.
We saw it at White River High School in Buckley, Washington. That was a community that hadn't passed a bond in I don't know how many years, but many, many years. They were in their original high school building that they had been in for over 100 years, that had been added onto and modernized for the last 50 years, and was really an outdated and underutilized facility. And when we were able to create a new high school for them, we saw the community come together in ways that they never have before.
If they had voted in 2002 for the project that was on the ballot at $30 million, they could have had this project for $30 million in 2002.
Most of us grew up in communities where we had good public schools. Those schools were supported by our parents and by the other citizens in our communities at the time we went to school. That's led to us being able to have good jobs, to raise our families, and to do a good job in our communities. It's time for this community to make sure that the next generation coming up has that same advantage. That's going to give them an edge and to make sure that they can be good citizens and that we have good futures right along with them.
I think there's something everybody in this community agrees on. Our most important asset is our children. They are the hope for our future. And we have to do right by them in providing them the foundation they need for the entire rest of their lives.
So bow your head and let your eyelids close on down. Where we're going, you won't need to bring that frown. You will find that all these things that I have said will come true when you are lying in your bed. And if you want your friends to come, bring them all. Bring them all along.